Well, apparently the audio is terrible. My bad. I picked a bad audio track. Anyways, guys, I just felt like I know the song called If You Want Peace, Prepare for War by Children of Bodom, which used to be one of my old school favorite bands back in like the early 2000s. I've always liked that song title, and yeah, so I should have played one of my other songs, but I also needed a little bit of extra time, and I had that one pulled up anyways. With that being said, we are going to be talking a little bit of politics. Like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, I usually kind of don't do that on here, like just because I don't know, it's very divisive, whatever. And obviously, the stuff that's going on right now is divisive, but also a good way to look at it is it is the newest news. I do like to drop whatever the new news is that is out there. And with that being said, I don't know. Sometimes, sometimes you might need a little help from your friends, and I would say that I need help from other friends. But since that friend is apparently needing a second, I will address one of the comments that came up from Plonk. This way, your review would have mirrored your feeling while watching the movie. No big deal. I laughed and enjoyed the 18 or 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Hey, man, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like that. What I realized is the way that I was cutting stuff up, I was like throwing stuff off to the side, and I forgot to delete stuff that was off to the side. So when I exported it and I listened to it on my own, I was like, okay, the video ended, and then it got to like the end point, and I was like, okay, cool, it ended. And I didn't realize, I didn't look at the bar at the bottom, and I didn't realize there was like another like 30 something seconds that just replayed the part that I kind of cut off. So I was like, oh shit, now that's another thing I need to pay attention to. The old program that I used was like, it was basically child's play compared to what I'm using right now. I went from CapCut to DaVinci. DaVinci is way different. Like there, it's way more technical, and you got to be really you don't got to be like precise with it. But once you learn all the quick cut commands and stuff like that, you can make it a lot more precise and you can make it a lot better. and there's a lot more cool things you can do with it, which I'm trying to learn. I feel I'm caught up to CapCut where I am with DaVinci now. Like, so I can do the same stuff that I did in DaVinci, or no, I can do the same stuff I did on CapCut with DaVinci now. And that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm almost back to square one, which kind of sucks because I'm like, shit. It almost feels like I'm starting over because I'm not great with all this computer stuff or whatever. But I still want to. I would like to do like more funny videos in between, cut in some B-roll, do stuff like that. Like make the videos a little more dynamic, other than me just talking in the side of the screen with like the picture up there. Like that can still be there, and it can cut in and out and fade in and out, and maybe have little effects and do stuff like that. That would be cool. Like that's kind of the next goal, but it's a new program. I'm bad with computers. My computer also sucks. So it takes me like 3 business days even to launch the goddamn freaking editor. Any of these editing programs, it takes forever to do any of that. But with that being said, let me go ahead and go through the people who are here early, which is, of course, Plonk. Hi, Plonk. Hi, Plonk. Hey, hi, Plonk. If we keep doing that, it's just going to go on forever. Hi, Plonk. Hi, Plonk. What's up, Plonk? And let's see here. Let's keep going down. Obviously, Rockefeller Plaza is here. He will be back here in a minute. I believe he is probably choking. I don't know. He might be dying on a bong rip. I have no idea. We got DK Bones. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, DK Bones. Always great to see you. Yeah, large learning curve. Exactly. Like at first, it's for someone like me who's very inept at computer programs in general. Like I can play video games and do all that stuff, figure out programs to install, whatever. But when it comes to editing, and I'm not good at art. The only art I'm good at is music. Yeah, like my type of art is music. I'm good at music. I can figure out some music and music programs, no problem. When it comes to editing and visuals and stuff like that, I'm like, I might as well just be, I might as well hit my fucking screen with a hammer, just like, it just work, do the thing. And it's like, if I could just sit there and throw money at it, it's like, that'd be great. But I would also need money to do that. Hey, Dragon Master Zero. All hell, I'm working at the moment, so I have to lurk. Oh, we got Dragon Master Zero lurking. Hey, Dragon Master Zero, man, I'm about like $15 off from having like another month of StreamYards. Would you want to lurk while like throwing money at me like a stripper? Like, because come on, man, I know you got it. You don't have to do any of that, but I think I might have to do a couple streams to sit there and see if I can generate about, it's probably actually closer to $17, but that would be enough to supply the next month of StreamYards. And then I'm going to have to start streaming a lot more just to, make up for it. And then hopefully, people donate and stuff. But man, I haven't been getting any subscribers. Even though like that video that I did that Plonk was talking about, which was the 28 years later video, I was actually surprised at how well that did, because I've done other movie reviews and stuff. I did like 2 funny clips at the beginning of it within the first like minute and 30 seconds of it, and I got like way more views off that than a lot of other stuff. So that was pretty awesome. Plonk says, hello, Dragon Master. Hey, Rockefeller, you there, man? You there? Because I might be bringing on Rockefeller. I think Rockefeller might be here, and let me go ahead and check in the background.
I've been here the entire time. My camera was turned off.
Well, the camera was off, but I didn't know if you were actually there. Sometimes camera off just means like, hey, you're using the restroom or whatever. But obviously, my partner in crime is here with Rockefeller Plaza. How you doing? Well, this morning on your end, or this night on some other people's ends? Like, I feel it's pretty. I mean, for us or for me, it's very early. It's 5 a.m.
That's not very early. That's normal time for men your age to be waking up, if not 30 minutes earlier than that.
Usually it's like 6 o'clock for like my like a regular job schedule. It's like
unless
6
you work
o'clock.
third shift.
You gotta be at the job site by about 7. So you get around 6.
Remember,
maybe
when you wake up at
6:15 if you want to sleep in.
You're
With
10 minutes past
like,
fucking 4:20,
yeah.
and you're 30 minutes past fucking Mark Wahlberg hitting the gym. So get your ass up. 4:30 is not early. You're late. You're late. You missed 4:20, damn it.
9 a.m. over there where Planck is. So how are you 4 hours ahead? Where are you in the middle of the ocean somewhere? What the fuck?
He's 1 hour ahead of me somewhere. So I don't know where that is. Probably in Canada. I guess that's what is that Canada?
Is that
probably somewhere up North Canada, and it's probably it kicks over.
No, because even Canada, like their furthest is 3 hours ahead as well. We're Atlantic time. Are you on a boat somewhere? What the fuck?
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Nova Scotia. See,
Nova Scotia.
I said it's somewhere fucking very far north. You got to think, when you get up north past, Canada, or even far past that, it kicks over a little bit, just enough to get to. That makes more sense. In the ice cold waters. You ice cold. Jojo, what up? Well, awesome. Nova Scotia. So you're almost on my time, Plonk. So when I do my bonfires and coffee in the morning, you're waking up along with me. GG's. What's going on? Joe Johnson, what up? Good morning. Dragon Master, what up? Good morning. Good morning to everybody. DK Bones. Thanks for hanging out, man. Kerpa, it's good. I know you gotta get ready for the work week, so we're going to hang out and talk about war. Good God, y'all.
Well, we're going to be talking about, oddly enough, politics and what's it doing to us? What's it doing to us, guys? We might not get into our feelings about that, but
what's it doing?
Look,
Gronk, do I like war, and do we need it?
Look. The simple fact of the matter is, nobody likes war. Nobody likes the idea of war. Nobody wants war. And stuff like that.
Brock, what's a bunker
obviously fight? Being out here in America, Rock is on, or like you're East Coast, or you're basically East Coast. I'm
North Carolina, East Side. I'm 1 hour behind Plonk.
You're East Coast. I'm far East Coast, to where you also have to wrap around the earth, and then I end up on the West Coast. I'm in fucking California. I'm over here by Trump. I'm near like all these fucking. Just the worst fucking people who sit there and claim they actually have your back or whatever. And I've lived here all my life. I've literally never ran into anybody who likes Newsom.
That's pretty funny.
36
that's not true.
Fucking years.
Doesn't AOC live out there? AOC likes him.
No, she's in Washington and New York. Dude,
what about the Karen Bass? She likes him.
Dude, she's a failed bartender. She would need 17 steps just to pour me a whiskey and Coke. That's how fucking dumb that bitch is. Like there's 3 steps: ice, whiskey, Coke. I don't even care what whiskey and Coke it is. Like it could be like
that, Trump.
She would need 17 steps because she'd be like I don't agree with that because she's fucking retarded.
That's the Democratic people in regards. Who'd have thought that, when this happened, not even 4 hours after it happened, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is like, oh my God, he's a warmonger. And they all got
need to impeach him. You need to impeach him for his one thing that he did. What about the 563 fucking drone attacks that Biden launched during his presidency? Oh, it's only 563 though, in different countries spread out about that. Just 563 though, but he does one thing, impeach him.
The president's disastrous decision to bomb Iran without authorization is a great violation.
Literally, look, most people in this chat, I'm assuming, are probably under the ages of 100. If you're under 100, because literally every single fucking president has a time during their presidency that they've done something like this in whatever capacity they had to do it towards a country. The only reason you didn't hear about it or they weren't broadcasted is because like Trump is like, hey, motherfucker, check out what I just did. Like he just went out there and he's like, hey, we just did this shit. Other presidencies are like, we're gonna try to hide this as long as we can, and then it comes out in like a shadow fucking document, like fucking 2 years later. It's like, yeah, by the way, we bombed the shit out of them, and it's like, yeah, of course you did. Like that's fine. Most people accept that, like they get by it, but because it might just because Trump is out there boasting it. Now, at the same time, as I can say that, I don't support like any type of like I don't know, even like a an attempt at war because this isn't even this isn't even war though. Like this could actually be a war preventative, which I feel like I've been seeing a lot of people defending it as something like that. Look, let's go ahead and let's do this now. That way, war doesn't actually start because. Well, if you got nothing to threaten us with, what the fuck do you got? Now, here's the other thing, and I wanted to make this analogy because I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, what kind of analogy can I make as somebody who's regular blue collar, who probably drinks too much, goes to bars or whatever? And I was like, okay, how about this? Say you went to a bar and you got a little ridiculous, and every patron in that bar hated you and didn't want you to do anything. And now the bouncer walks up to you. Well, the bouncer is America, right? So the bouncer walks up to you and says, hey, you can't do anything. Don't ball your fist. If you ball your fist, that's going to be an act of violence. I'm going to hit you first, right? So Iran basically is the retarded drunk person who doesn't pay attention to literally everybody paying attention to them and is like, well, fuck it. I'm going to ball my fist. And it's like, well, America just punched you in the fucking face then. And we stopped you from fucking up everybody's night. Like that's the easy way to look at it. Like that's a simplistic way to do it. But that's what's been happening for about 14 years because I believe a lot of this started happening in 2011. You had 14 years to, I don't know, do not do what you did. Let's go for nuclear. Like, I understand the idea of going for nuclear energy. And they're like, well, it's just nuclear energy. No, nuclear energy leads to nuclear power and then stuff like that. These things build
if you have weapons grade plutonium, which they weren't outright seeking. I'm not saying, it's
well, you went in until you had access to that kind of nuclear power in general, and now your country become rich in other resources.
Let's be honest.
Things like this, they escalate. Things like this escalate.
But why they're fighting is over oil.
Think about the simplest thing.
That's the only reason we stepped in is to keep our gas prices down. This has nothing to do with us. But we stepped in because we're being selfish for oil and gas, right? So, I mean, whether Iran's right or wrong, they're just a country that's trying to seek nuclear power for energy, not weapons-grade plutonium for missiles. Okay. Yeah, they have missiles, obviously.
Fine.
But so
why does every other country around them fucking hate them then? They're just trying to do. They're just trying.
Why does every fucking country hate America?
They don't. They literally don't.
Every fucking country hates America.
If you look online,
outside America,
it sounds like they do until you go there.
They do.
Everybody loves Americans. You go
outside of
go anywhere. Go anywhere.
Every time somebody asks if you're American, it's with disdain in their voice. You're American?
It's absolutely not, dude. I got a friend of mine who travels all over the world.
I've been on a cruise twice.
I got like a handful of people who are just
Canadians.
Like, every time they no, just regular dudes. And
so
like they're from frumpy looking dudes to good looking dudes. Doesn't matter.
I'm just looking at the other side, saying that
I understand what you're trying to do.
The entire fucking world's against these people who don't. I don't know if they're gonna be right or wrong, but to wake up.
Planck says
Trump
15 years. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Trump
talked about it in 2011. That's when he's been on record talking about the Iran stuff. That was before he even ran. Like he had some statement out there before he ran. But the thing is you don't want the less nuclear powers out there, the better. I understand nuclear energy is the best type of energy. The problem is the world can't actually agree on that in general because they're like, oh, the green, we need to save blah 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 and all this other shit. Like it doesn't make sense to a certain degree. Excuse me. And what's going on with this, like I said, I don't like the possible implications where it's like, okay, we could start a world war, I guess, but who the fuck is backed by Iran, or like who's backing Iran? You also got to realize, like, starting a world war means like access and allies type of shit. You got to have so many countries on your side and so many countries on the other, and now all these countries are fighting. America is on her own. Like we're on our whole other continent. Like we don't really have to do anything. We can just send drones. We don't have to send troops. We don't got to do it. The only thing that they can attack is like embassies. And don't get me wrong, that sucks. Obviously, don't kill American citizens. That's fucking terrible. But I mean, if you do you realize like we were able to just like, I don't know, shit. You've seen the movies. It was like literally movie shit. Whereas like Top Gun Maverick, like doing the bunker run or like destroying the Death Star to hit it as precisely as they did. And that's what apparently they did. That's the report. It's like straight up out of a fucking movie, which is crazy. And it's like, you're going to compete with that. You're not, just give up. I don't think there's going to be any type of war. There's going to be a bunch of fucking backlash from fucking, fucking limp-wristed Democrat liberal fucking retards. But you know what? Whatever. Like I'm so sick of these fucking people. I live out here in California, in LA, whatever. I see these people every day, all the time, everywhere, and they're just they're insufferable. They're just fucking insufferable fucking people, and they suck. They contribute to nothing. Even if you ask them for help, they want to know how to help you because they can't even help themselves. So what the, like, fuck these people. And it's, I don't know, man.
I came here to talk about this current situation. So let's at least set it up. What you said, you just ranting about how current. I don't know what you even rant about. So
Do it tonight after we learned late this evening from President Donald Trump that the U.S. has joined Israel in its campaign against Iran in the Middle East. The commander-in-chief ordering U.S. military strikes on 3 major Iranian nuclear sites Saturday. Trey Yingst has late-breaking details.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace.
This has been the talk of Israel for the past several days as the country waited to see if the Americans would get directly involved in the conflict. And even up in the last few hours, I was talking with current and former sources, trying to get an understanding of when this might happen. And at 1:55 local time, one source said rumors, Trump gave the word, supposed to be happening now. We were working on tracking it down, and the president taking to Truth Social to say the Americans did indeed strike 3 separate Iranian nuclear facilities, including the Fordow nuclear facility deep underground outside of the Iranian capital of Tehran. The bottom line here is that people are talking about enrichment. They understand that this decision was made because the Iranians were increasing their uranium enrichment capabilities and increasing the purity closer and closer to weapons grade material. And the concern was that the Iranian regime was just weeks away from being able to build a nuclear bomb.
I feel like that video might have just answered what you were talking about right there. They were getting closer. Okay.
Were they? But were they? Where's the proof of that? How much weapons grade did they grab? Anything? They didn't say that they recovered anything. They blew the fucking bottom.
How far? That's the thing. How far do they got to get to until you realize, like, oh shit,
Bill Clinton got his dick sucked because his fucking nut was on her dress.
How far do you got to? How far do you got to let them go until you realize, like, oh shit, we fucked up. We should have stepped in earlier. It's like I was saying. It's like a person. If I'm a bouncer at a bar and I sit there and I tell you, hey man, if you close your fist, I'm gonna fucking strike you. And then that person starts closing their fist. Okay, cool. And then I strike you first. Cool, because I know you're about to strike me. Like, How far into that interaction do you get before? Because I was in like D-Day Cobra's chat earlier, and I basically said the same thing that I was saying right now, and somebody was like, you don't understand what retaliation means, and I was like, well, retaliation means you obviously you strike back after you get hit. Because somebody was like, we should have waited until they attacked us, and I was like, so you want Americans to get attacked first? That is stupid.
You said
Hell
they were
no.
attacking America.
As soon as
This was Iran versus Israel. What the hell did this have to do with America? Why do you keep acting like they're attacking us?
that's the other thing that I was saying is like once they start them doing that in general is attacking America, because America says don't. America is sitting there putting the fucking restraints on you. America says you can't do this. The UN says you can't do this. We are saying you can't do this.
Trump said, and thing with Netanyahu. Trump
so then you go do it. Then you go do it. What do you think is going to happen to you? You're gonna get fucking backhanded.
Well, you're not gonna get backhanded. You're gonna get fucking 3 bunker
You're gonna get blown the fuck up. Yeah, you're gonna get.
And that can be cause for retaliation, because after this, we've had all night they've been shooting fucking bombs back at them.
It's a great case of fuck around and find out. Like, okay, go ahead. Do you want to? Like I said, it's like
seen over the past
America is looking at you. Don't close your fist.
To strike major population centers here in Israel with ballistic missiles. So you can imagine that having a nuclear warhead that could ultimately be attached to a ballistic missile would clearly be a direct threat to the Jewish state. And that was why the Israelis said that they made the decision to start these strikes against Iranian nuclear facilities and against top IRGC officials. And clearly tonight, President Trump ordering these strikes against the Iranian regime's nuclear program, because there was no off-ramp for diplomacy at this point. And so this is a historic moment in the Middle East tonight. And again, an opportunity for the region, as the president laid out in his statement, for peace in the future, because this is a region that understands peace through strength.
I'm actually fully in agreement with that. The whole peace through strength thing. Hey man, sometimes you need to show a force to be like, look, don't fuck around. Like we fucking told you. We warned you. We've warned you since like 2011. We warned you for like almost 15 goddamn years, and you kept pushing it. And then you had a weak ass fucking government for so long, and then you backed off for about 4 years during like 2017 through 2011 or whenever fucking Trump was there. And it was like, okay, no, we're not doing shit. And all of a sudden you came back during another regime, and all of a sudden you have all these plants that are so close to being able to get nuclear grade everything. You know what? I don't want to say I'm fully on board with it. I don't like the idea of a possible war. For one, America's not going to go to war. Like, if we were to have to send troops onto the ground, that would be ridiculous. We have so much like fucking aerial artillery and stuff that can just go by and destroy. I don't know.
You sound really naive when it comes to war. You have no idea what you're talking about sometimes. You're talking about just sending a drone like it's Call of Duty. No, you gotta have that little boots on the ground, and people have to leave their families to go do it. No, I don't want that shit.
I don't think that sounds naive at all. Like I think, dude, there's literally it's way crazier than you think it is. I literally know dudes who are from like even the Navy who are like, you have no idea what we have out there. And they were talking about that to me about like 7-8 years ago. It's even worse now. It's crazy.
And I don't agree with being on board for being Israel's fucking white knight. This is Trump fucking sucking Netanyahu's dick. Whatever the fuck his name is. I'm not agreeing with this. I think that if Netanyahu wanted to fucking fight them, he should have done his goddamn self, and Trump should have left it the fuck alone. And I knew 2 days ago when he said they got 2 fucking weeks that he was going to cower and do it because he wouldn't say, I'm going to strike you this fucking weekend. That was his way of just being like, well, get it ready. We'll strike you right now.
Why is U.S. white knighting for Israel? I mean, people are looking at it like that. Sure. I mean, okay, fine.
This isn't our fucking war. This is all about oil. And you gotta be smarter than that. This is, don't act like you're being
I'm still on. This is a country trying to survive.
America did something wrong by stepping their foot into it. I voted for Trump. I
They're
agree with
fucking attacking everybody. What the fuck are you talking about?
They're attacking Israel.
Dude, what?
Israel,
Why do you think they're the most like hated
Yeah.
country out there? Like no country likes them.
Israel
There's a
losing?
reason for it. There's a reason for it.
It's the same thing we
Like,
had going on with fucking.
we're the outcasts. Like that's ridiculous.
If other countries want to fight, man, let them fight. The second we step in, there's, you know, that has nothing to do with it.
Okay, look, I can agree with you on this, where it's like, look, let everybody that's out there in the Eastern European countries and all that stuff go ahead and just obliterate each other if they want, I guess, to a certain and leave America out of it. The problem is when you have stuff like the UN that's out there, when certain countries start getting involved, well, we technically have an obligation to jump in, whatever. Also, if we sit there and we're the ones who dictated a certain treaty through them or whatever we're doing through whatever shit that happened a long fucking time ago, because a lot of this shit happened a long time ago. It's like you got to, I don't know, still uphold that shit. I mean, we still live by I don't know, our amendments and constitution that happened fucking 300 years ago. If this shit only happened 10, 15 years ago, just because it was like, hey man, that seemed like a generation ago. No. You still got to keep it going. And then when you start fucking around, you're gonna find out. I'm not, like I said, I'm actually not on board with everything that's happening. I'm not, but I still understand why the fuck it's happening. And also, we're laymen's, like we have the most basic, probably weakest information possible. We have like the littlest amount of information possible. And so we can only judge based off the little bit of information they're willing to give us. That's it. And the little bit of information doesn't sound all that great towards the other side's cause. I mean, if you want to defend that, fine. I understand the whole thing with like Israel or whatever, but it's like, I feel that's almost a whole different thing, but a lot of that shit's all connected. I think that's all weird too. I don't understand the whole fucking connection there, so I don't feel confident enough to talk about stuff like that. I'm just talking about what we've seen basically from yesterday, basically late yesterday into right now, in the way that people are responding about it. They're like, impeach him or whatever. And I find that to be fucking retarded and bullshit, because every single fucking president has done shit like this to many other countries. Like so many other countries. Like I said, Biden fucking bombed like he threw out like 563 freaking like crazy ass drone strikes to places that we either weren't supposed to be at or whatever. And I'm more pointing out the hypocrisy of it all. I don't like what he's doing. I can say that, but I think other people need to realize that every single other fucking president has kind of done the same shit. So if you want to sit there and fucking yell at him for it, yell at everyone else too. So what the fuck? We're like, are we at just a standstill with that? What is going on with that? Because like every president has done heinous fucking shit. But it's because it's Trump that people want to be like, fuck Trump, man. He's just the. I don't know. I don't get it. I get the hate, but I don't get the hypocrisy. Stop with the fucking hypocrisy. All of them have been fucking terrible, even down to Obama. You know, like if people want to go back, like go further than that. Keep going. Look it up. Look up your fucking history. It's crazy.
I don't know much on it. That's why I don't speak about it. I just know that it has nothing to do with us. Trump's been talking about this for too long. This is his personal vendetta. He tried to do it last time he was in there, and he went against Congress without their orders to do it. If you want to put this, compare this to a Hollywood movie or film. Compare it to Chernobyl. Some fucking parent went to the facility last night to go to work to fucking feed their kids and got blown up because Trump sent a bomb to their fucking work site. And so most likely the person in that country probably doesn't like America today. You know, not all Americans, because he's fucking pissed off because he lost his dad or mom. Or
I'd
whatever
say
the fuck
that's
it
a
is.
bad comparison because there's
Just
so
like
many
Chernobyl.
countries that are at war at all times. It's like, oh, I just hate that country now because they blew up my dad or whatever. Like,
Well, we had nothing to do with it.
that's
I mean, they
That's
got
what you
the
just
entire
said.
world. They got the entire world against them. It's what I just said is these people got the entire fucking world against them. Why did we step in? We had nothing to do with it. This is all about oil. This is an oil fucking war again. What every Republican does. I didn't vote for Trump to do this shit. Another oil war. That's what he's starting. That's what this is the catalyst.
They're say Republicans vote for oil wars or whatever, but Democrats literally vote for actual war because they make money off of actual
I
war.
don't vote for any fucking war. We
Dude,
were
Democrats
he got us out of all of it.
steal all the wars, and they make a ton of fucking money off them. They go from like, oh, I was worth less than $1 million to 70 million because a war happened. Like literally almost every Democrat for the last like 25 fucking years does that. It's
What's it for then?
crazy.
I mean, why are we so worried about Iran then? Why is Trump so worried about Iran if it's not about oil, Angel? I mean, just be weapons of mass destruction that aren't there. That my man already said, Cash kid, that everybody knows about the secret facilities that aren't shit. There's more going on here than meets the eye. There's something in Iran that we want.
Well,
they hold control
the
of
clip
something,
you
don't
just
they?
played said that they were working on their plutonium, the thing that
With
you
no
said they weren't
proof.
able to
We didn't
get.
show any proof. I can say you're something without showing proof, and does that make it fucking true?
Well,
When I blow the fucking facility up, and there's not one
they
fucking
either,
scrap
they
of
either
evidence?
have more intel than we do, or maybe you're right and everything's just a giant conspiracy.
I
That
say it's a giant conspiracy.
those are the only two truths. That like it's either everything is lying to us, or they actually had plutonium and they were actually fucking like working on it. That's the only two fucking things. Like that's it. Right? Like
Well, I
that's
know you're talking about uranium.
or uranium. Sorry. But it was just like the things you need to fucking make nuclear weapons, whatever. Like that's what they were talking
Weapons
about.
grade
Like,
plutonium.
yeah.
It's for I mean, but again, I don't know much about this. I know we had nothing to do with it. We didn't have to step our fucking foot into it. That's all I know. We didn't have to put our foot in this. Trump did this without.
Why would a
asking
country
Congress.
have 3 nuclear facilities if they're not creating that?
Who fucking cares? Why do we have fucking 4 nuclear facilities? Power.
Because we're creating that. Like
We're not
like,
creating nuclear.
We're
not
creating.
creating. No,
We
that's
already
not what
created
we create our
them.
nuclear weapons. We don't create
We
them at the
created
fucking
them
nuclear
because
power
of
plants.
this.
You think we create fucking bombs at nuclear power plants? You think
No,
that's what they're
the
creating?
energy, learning how to use that energy
There's a
makes,
difference between
dude,
weapons and
every type of new energy makes, dude, it's warmongering. Like every
I-
type of new set of energy,
Years.
like
You never built a
there's
fucking
not
nuclear
a
weapon.
like you're gonna look at Iran and be like, look, they just want energy. They don't want to create massive things of destruction, whatever. No,
The
every
world's getting
fucking
older.
country out there, every single country out there wants to be able to. Let's
Who
just
the
be
fuck
honest.
are
Let's
we
say
to say?
defend themselves.
They ain't worried.
Who the fuck are we? Like, I don't know, history.
I don't
Like, you
think
just
we
look
need
at
to
history.
step in. If they're a big, Israel can take care of them by themselves.
Well,
right?
if they have the capabilities of firing it at us, yeah, we should fucking step in.
Are they firing at us?
Well, they can't if we stop them. Why are you going to give
That
them
makes
the
no-
opportunity to?
That makes no sense.
Why would you give them the opportunity to?
So if you allow that to go
These
on,
are your
what would the
enemies.
government
They
do
hate
to
us.
you to stop
They-
you?
Look, they know that
from
everyone
the
hates them.
possibility of
What do
something
you think
happening
that,
in the future.
dude? You admitted to yourself. You were like, look, if everybody hates us, what am I going to do? I'm going to hate everybody else. What are you
I
going to
didn't say
do when
that.
you hate? You literally said that earlier.
I said everybody else hates American. Most other countries in the
No,
world
you said
despise America. I didn't say I'm going to hate them. No, that's not what I said. I don't hate anybody.
No,
not what
not
I
you
said.
hate them.
You misquoted
I'm
me.
saying from the Iranians, like the Iranians' point of view, that everybody hates Iran because they do. Like literally every country, for some reason, just dislikes them for whatever reason. What do you think they think about everyone else? Now, what if you give that power, like nuclear power, to somebody like that who hates everyone, they can start fucking up anybody because they happen to hate everyone. Are they going to go after America? No, but because we're part of the UN, we have to help defend anything that's in the UN. Propaganda side, I don't know, man. Look, I'm going to say it again. I don't fully agree on what the decision was, but to sit there and think that any of those fucking people out there are our fucking allies, or that's the most ridiculous fucking shit I've ever heard.
If there's two people fighting in the street, I don't want to fucking throw the fucking match on the gasoline to help it blow up. I'd rather try to step in and stop it. But if the only means of stopping it, in my opinion, is to send a nuke and kill both of them, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna sit back and let them fucking do it, take care of each other, and then I'll take their fucking their corpses home to their parents, to their family members, and disperse them, to their loved ones. There's no reason for me to step in just because I'm bigger than these two fucking idiots that are kicking shit out of each other and say, you know what? I know I can stop this.
All right, so
because that guy over there's got a lot of oil. You know what I mean?
Be with you shortly, lads. All right, we're gonna have Abe up here. We're gonna have a.
There's reason this is happening.
Oh no! So obviously we have my West Coast, obviously clearly liberal California opinion, and then we got North Carolina Rockefeller's opinion. Those aren't at odds at all. Like we're clearly, like if you were to guess,
did you vote?
Who would lean which way?
Did you vote this year?
Oh yeah. Can you guess which way I voted?
Yeah, well, me too. This is the first time I voted, and I voted for Trump. Because he said we weren't going to get in the war. He specifically said we were not going to vote.
Which part of this says we're in a war? That's what I'm curious.
If these people are as deadly as we think they are, we got to blow them up overnight because they have 3 facilities where they're trying to make power. And
cool.
Because
so if we took out the biggest thing ever,
the next door neighbors who they're so scared of can't take care of them.
How do you think they're going to respond? Are they going to respond in desperation or coward?
Well,
because
you tell me.
That's what happened with every other like presidency that's happened in the last 20 some odd years. That anything that started to rise up,
was there any casualties there? Was there any casualties? I don't know. I don't know if there are any casualties.
No. That part doesn't matter. No, what I mean is
there
like
any casualties?
I have no idea. But what's going on with it is
look it up.
What's happened in the last 20, 25 years or so is every president who's done stuff exactly like what Trump just did. None of those places we went to war with because we stopped the fucking we stopped it before it started.
Iran missile causes multiple casualties after strike.
Iran said no casualties from Plonk. So which one is true? This is not war. We might have stopped a war. We stopped.
I don't know.
It's either we stopped the war or we're starting World War III. I don't know which one is true. We'll find out in the next couple of weeks. That's why this is interesting to talk about now because obviously, like Rock's on kind of one side, I'm on a different side. Look, we're still friends. But at the same time, I feel we're just having like a friendly fucking, maybe a friendly fucking, no, like, but a friendly debate. But it's like, okay, yeah, you're more against, and even though I am against, I'm because slightly Congress leaning more for.
That's all it is. I mean, what is that? What is a war in America when Congress declares war? Oh, now we're at war. When are we going into recession?
There won't be war in America. That's the thing. Like we might send Americans to somewhere else. I have no idea why.
I see things happening at the jump, right at the gate, not when somebody's telling me what's happening. Dude, I understand it. Like
the amount of like just the amount of shit you can launch off like naval bases and stuff like that. And I know you were like, hey, you don't understand warfare. I'm like, dude, I do to maybe an extent, maybe you don't, or maybe you do. Maybe it's just because you played too much Call of Duty, but it's like, I know people who literally are in the military and like very high ranking. And the way that they talk about this stuff that we have is it's not nuclear. Like they don't even have to be nuclear. It is fucking like eradication. It's crazy. And they don't even have to leave their ships half the time, which is insane. They just do it from their ships. And this was 8-9 years ago. Right now it's probably even fucking crazier. I can't imagine what we have on deck. That is just like, you wanna test what we have? Let's go ahead. It just
Hearts.com 3 days ago, Israel strikes on Iran have killed at least 639 people and injured 1,300 in the last Friday. So, I mean, whether it happened last night or not, people are dying over there because of the result of this. So
yeah, that was Israel and Iran. That's
exactly
that's different fucking countries. That's not us.
Why wouldn't we continue to let that happen? Why did we step in?
Well,
what deal do we have with Israel?
We jumped in to stop that shit.
What deal do we have with Israel?
Okay. I have no idea.
I don't either.
Do they have all the oil and diamonds or what?
Somebody does. I mean, I don't even know, and I just guessed. I said, somebody, probably an oil war, right? I don't even know. I'm admitting I don't know, and I guess Angel said there is no such thing as oil there, and then somebody came out and said, well, they're the top fucking 4 provider, and in the last 10 years, they said, well, they're the top 4% of the world provider. So there's oil there, and there's probably oil in Israel too, or they're probably fighting for a control of a fucking, for all we know. And this is a proxy war for fucking gas. Jesus, it's the same thing we do every time. Somebody's gonna have to go to war for this.
I find that massively. I find that massively disingenuous. Like, there's literally a fucking massive oil reserve like that's actually in Texas that would be able to fuel us for about 200 to 300 years in Texas alone. They just won't let them fucking get down there deep enough to fucking drill it. They've excavated and everything. We have enough. So to go out and get more is stupid.
If they were gonna fucking kill each other, we should have let them fucking do it. I don't know why we jumped in on it.
I'm actually on board with that. I think, like, yeah, go ahead and let them fight it out. Why the fuck are we involving the U.S. in it? I think that's stupid. I mean, what I will agree with you on is there has to be something there that's important enough to the U.S. in one of those countries or one of those regions or something that would make sense to a certain degree. But the other thing is, because the U.S. is a part of the UN, like, whatever countries start fighting each other, well, the U.S. is going to back whatever one is part of the UN, like the most deep or whatever, you know. And if one's not, then, well, we got to back them because they made that's why a lot of people are like, abolish the UN or like take the U.S. out of the UN because fuck them. Why are we defending people on the other side of the fucking world? Let them go. Let them blow each other up because apparently that's all they do. They go out of their way to just fuck each other up. Why are we going out there to try to solve their problems? Like, I'd be on board with that. Yeah, they'd be like, hey, can we just get out of this? You go ahead and just blow up that whole fucking continent, fuck each other up, and be like, look, with our remaining 3 million people, we'll fight the U.S. Good luck.
Because they ain't worried about that.
You just desolated all your land, you idiots. But,
South Korea, we ain't worried about because they ain't worried about us. You know, when they used to fucking hold sanctions over them and all that shit like that, you know, they gave a fuck. Now they don't give a shit.
See, thank you, Cash Kid. It's Israel, not UN. Well, is Iran a part of the UN? Like, so, like, look, I don't know exactly which countries are part of the UN. I'm just assuming if the U.S. is a part of stuff, I mean, there's so many protests about some bullshit here or there that we're somewhat a part of, but we're not a part of. I don't even know what the fuck we're a part of half the time. And there's always somebody out there protesting some bullshit that nobody actually gives a shit about. That's on the other side of the world that most people can't even point out on a map all the goddamn time. And then we got to hear about it. And then we got to be like, oh, pray for Israel, pray for this. But it's like, and they'll do that at your job and work sites and shit. And you're just like, nope, I'm sorry. Nobody cares. We're just trying to fucking live out here. But because it's the fucking news cycle, we got to acknowledge it and do something about it, or like say something about it. I don't know. I'm not that knowledgeable in politics. That's one of the main reasons I kind of don't go about, or like I don't go on about politics. But when I see stuff that's kind of ridiculous like this, and it's the main news cycle stuff, you got to at least bring it up, at least acknowledge the elephant in the room. And like I said, like I've been saying, I can acknowledge that I don't support bombing any fucking country at all, but I would like to think that whatever the reason that they did it for is because it's something that I don't have knowledge of. Now, because it only happened because it only happened yesterday, obviously this could change and I could be like, fuck this in like 2 weeks, right? You know, like I'm only going off the knowledge that I have of like the last fucking like
if I call you here to help watch,
Syfaxx's
Boys Don't Jump Me, it's a one-on-one, and I just have you here to watch my back in case it's not jumping. You're United States, and me and Syfaxx are the other two. You're just here to make sure that nobody jumps me, and then when they come here, you just beat the fuck out of Syfaxx for no reason, just pound him, 3 times. That's not really having my back. That's taking care of it for me. And now I am the attack. You're the attacker, no longer me. You're now in the issue. You were just here to ensure it was a fair fight and make sure that, but now you're the aggressor. Right or wrong?
Well, when it comes to the Iran stuff, like I said, that stuff I know has been going on since at least 2011, like 2010 even. So like not just the US, but like basically the world telling them, do not do anything nuclear. They started doing shit nuclear. And then they were like, okay, we're still doing shit nuclear. And then people started pointing it out. And then the US was like, hey, stop it. Don't do it. And then, well, they fucked around and found out. So how far back does somebody have to cock their fucking fist before you sit there and say, okay, I'm going to hit you first? Like how far is it? Like, it's not playground rules where, hey, you get hit and now you get to hit him back. Like how far, man. I don't want that either, but how far back is that? Because these aren't fucking playground rules. Like, how far back does somebody have to disrespect, not just even disrespect, but disregard the orders of everybody around you before you realize you need to hit them first before they actually fucking launch their assault?
Trump has been diplomatic with everybody, though. Why couldn't he be diplomatic with this dude?
How long would it take you before somebody pulled their fist back before you hit them first? Like that. There you go. Like that's basically what happened. Hey, okay, fuck you. Like, we're disregarding all of your terms. We're disregarding everything we agreed to. We're disregarding this. Like, how far back before they're about to fucking launch at you? Like, and it's not just at us. It's at other things that might be like our allies or whatever. That's what it is. How far before, like, hits your girlfriend? Before random drunk dude hits your girlfriend, and it's like, okay, how long does it take you to react to that? Are you going to punch him immediately? I think you would punch him immediately, wouldn't you? Because I fucking would. I would knock him the fuck out.
It's not accurate to say Trump hates Iran in a personal sense, but his policies and rhetoric during his presidency 2017 and 2021 beyond reflect a strong opposition to the Iranian government. Rooted in strategic, geopolitical, and ideological factors, here's a breakdown of the key reasons. 1, nuclear program concerns. Trump consistently emphasized that 2017 that Iran must not be allowed to develop nuclear weapons, viewing it as a threat to the U.S., national security, Israel, and global stability. He withdrew from the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, arguing it was insufficient to prevent Iran from eventually acquiring nuclear capabilities. His administration pursued a maximum pressure campaign with sanctions towards Iran.
What was your original question to Grok? I'm assuming is
why does Trump hate Iran? It's not accurate that he hates Iran.
You prompted it. You prompted it to respond negatively.
Here's a breakdown of the key reasons behind his stance based on available information.
Type what is a Trump stance on?
That's what it's telling me. That's what it's telling me, but I'll do it again.
You typed what is
Trump's
why does Trump now it's going to respond differently because you already
Iran. This is a different search question.
Yeah, but you already prompted it, so it curates to what you already want to hear.
Then you do it.
So
It's giving me
Rock.
exactly what you're gonna get. I guarantee we get the same
Yeah.
thing.
What's Trump's stance
The exact same
on
thing I got.
Iran? That's all I put. What's Trump's stance on Iran?
Trump's strategy aimed to economically cripple Iran through sanctions on oil, banking, and other sectors, intending to curb its regional activities and force concessions. He believed the Obama-era nuclear deal had enriched Iran, enabling its malign influence. Critics critics argue that this policy strengthened Iranian hardliners and failed to achieve its goal. Personal rhetoric and diplomacy style. Trump's public statements often framed Iran as an enemy, demanding unconditional surrender or threatening severe military action. However, he also expressed openness to a deal. When? That's what I was wondering. So he said he talked to a deal, but who's the fucking person he's supposed to be talking to?
That's what yours came up with after you said, "Why does Trump hate Iran?" Mine came up with Donald Trump's stance on Iran centers primarily on preventing the country from acquiring nuclear weapons, while expressing openness to diplomatic negotiations to achieve this goal. He has consistently emphasized that Iran must not become a nuclear power, viewing this as non-negotiable red line. During his presidency and in recent statements, Trump has advocated for a deal to curb Iran's nuclear program, suggesting that Iran could be a great country if it abandons nuclear ambitions. He has stated that he does not seek regime change or aim to harm Iran, focusing instead on changing his behavior regarding nuclear and missile development. That's actually totally different. Yours was
go back. I'll tell you exactly. It's just worded differently. Go back. It's the exact same thing. Go back.
Pull yours up.
Go back in 2 sentences. Go back 2 sentences. I want you to know. I'll read along with you. Threatening. Go back. However, he also expressed openness to a deal. Go back to the part where we talking about a deal, and watch out. It's the same thing, just written differently.
Trump has advocated for a deal to curb Iran's nuclear program.
Stop. However, he also expressed openness to a deal, suggesting Iran could prosper without nuclear weapons. Keep going.
Yeah. If it abandons nuclear ambitions, he has stated that he does not seek regime change to aim harm or harm Iran.
The exact same thing, just worded differently. That's all Grok does. So when I ask you something, it's going to give you the exact same prompt, just worded differently.
What did your start as? What was the first starting sentence? Because
bring it back up.
What does most people read? The headline.
I'm leaning. There's different points: nuclear program concerns, support for Israel and Gulf allies, Iran's regional influence.
Top sentence, first sentence.
Of what? Which one? It's not accurate to say Donald Trump hates Iran. No, I'm gonna stop. You're not following along.
I'm following along.
It's the exact same thing. It's just worded differently.
It's on stream. I can rewind it. It's fine.
Then everybody will hear me say like I can. It's the same thing. It's worded differently.
Okay, hold on. Look, man, I think it's safe to say that we're kind of at an impasse, and look, obviously, this is a great example of how people like me and Rock, dude, I got it for like $3.99 in California. That was fucking awesome. But
I need to put fucking blood on America's hands.
Check this shit out. Check this shit out, man. So look, me and Rock are clearly on slightly different sides of the same coin. Like we agree on a lot of different things, but I think this clip alone can bring us together.
I think we're dealing with a very, very, very smart person or a very, very, very stupid person.
And so we are very, very, very much in danger or very, very, very much safe.
What's up, babe?
Yo, I think that's an accurate description. But I have to say, I really hate it when mummy and daddy argue.
What's funny is like I don't even think we're arguing. It's just like when it comes to politics.
I live in North Carolina, where I'm in the number one military state, to where when this happens, somebody I'm gonna know or one of my family members are gonna have to be fucking on the front line. If they weren't over fucking Friday night, I just didn't know about it. So I mean, this is home for me, and there's no reason that any American should be there, and I don't want them to be. And I grew up in DC where all these decisions are made. And Abe, not even living here, that America's a big country. So if you're on the other side of it, it might not seem like it's at home to you, but it's home to me.
Yeah,
it's right here. I see them going up and down the fucking road. Yesterday, I see the trucks going up and down the road. So I don't want America to get in this for oil. I'm spending $2.95 a gallon right now. If I gotta blow up fucking Iran, a whole other country to get it for $1.95, I don't want to do that. In my opinion, I don't. I'll spend $3 a gallon to get used to fucking making more money. That's what America's about.
Well, I don't think it's actually about oil as such.
I don't think so.
It is about control.
It's about control.
So, for example, Iran, as it stands right now, is absolutely surrounded by American military bases. Has been for years. We've known it's been on the cards for a long time that there's going to be some conflict. And the Israelis have been the ones that have been bearing the brunt of it so far. But I think the administration that's in place now has learned from US actions in the past that if you directly topple a regime, it's not necessarily going to work out for you, because then you become the new enemy of that people. So if you can destabilize them enough that they can take over their own country again, you can just help those people. And then you've got a new ally.
Why did you have our messages up on screen? You probably didn't realize you did. Why do you have our messages up on screen?
I don't think he knows he's muted.
Yeah, no. I took him off. Whoops. It's cool.
So yeah, that's my perspective on it. And as undesirable as war is, sometimes warlike actions are necessary.
All those messages were just me saying that I can't log into Discord.
Thank goodness. I'm just wondering what's going on. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, oh, those messages? Yeah. I mean, dude, half the time, if I were to put the old messages, it would be just a bunch of old fucking StreamYard links that we couldn't even fucking read because X would sit there and shaft the hell out of us because X apparently hates us talking to each other. It's crazy. Like,
you might have said a thing or two before. I'm like, I don't know. I might have. I'll make sure I don't know what you got in there. Just close them.
Oh. I mean, like if I opened up messages between me and Sparkles, I mean, there's just like way worse pictures that I'm never going to show anybody.
But, yeah, you really need to stop sending her dick pics, bro. I mean, come on.
Oh, dude, what's worse is she photoshops them like
into unicorns.
In case anyone sees them, they're smaller. They're way smaller. I swear she does that. Like. Let's see here. Most people who say war is sometimes necessary have never been in a fight. Well, true. I mean, to a certain extent. The thing is, I think what I mean, I'm not going to speak for Rockefeller fully, but it's like I do agree that like fucking like America.
You said war is unnecessary. Or sometimes unnecessary. I didn't say that.
No, not you. Abe said.
I'm
like I said, I'm not speaking for you, but it's like you were speaking about this kind of earlier, like maybe not in this exact context, but America shouldn't be getting involved with any of this shit. Which
what I actually said wasn't.
No, not what you said. What Rockefeller kind of said it kind of earlier, which is something that I agree with. Like America, like seems to just like step their fucking toes into a bunch of shit that's not even on our fucking continent. And I can agree with that. I think that's a little ridiculous. Or it's like, dude, like he was like, you even said, it's like, let these motherfuckers blow each other up. And I'm like, I actually kind of agree with that. You know what? Let them fucking fight it out and see what happens. And then if I don't know, the scraps go to the victors, I guess. But it's
I
like
play Call of Duty. I'll plunder the shit out of bitch.
yeah,
When
just
they're all
go
fucking dead,
plunder
I'll
the
go
shit.
plunder it.
See, I'm actually totally in agreement with that. That's why I'm like, I don't like what's happening. I still understand it to a certain extent, but I don't think it's necessary. I think it's unnecessary. I think it's ridiculous and whatever.
Yeah, I'd just like to address this here with Cash Kid as well, because he also follows that up with this is the job for the UN. Now, I said that, you know, people might think that, I mean, obviously war is bad. Nobody wants to go to war, but sometimes warlike actions are necessary. Sometimes that is in aid of the greater peace. Like, it's not as cut and dry as, is this right or wrong? Should we do it or not? Sometimes some things have to be done. Now, as regards to the UN, they're the ones that have been demanding sanctions against Iran for decades, specifically over their enrichment of uranium. What has the UN done about it? Sent them very angrily worded letters. Ooh. And now someone's actually done something about it. And I bet you the US is now going to be portrayed as the bad guy once more because they were willing to do something about it.
We're always portrayed as the bad guy because it's like the world oddly looks to us to sanction peace in some way, and it's like it's because, you know, the first two world wars that happened is like when we actually entered them, shit ended. I mean, it took a while, and it was like there was a huge loss to Americans and so that, like, which is why Americans don't want to fucking do that shit again. Like, they're sick of it. They're like, dude, we solved your fucking problems, or we helped some bullshit that was going on between your two bullshit countries that literally most Americans can't even fucking point out on a map half the fucking time. And we came in and, you know, we helped to a ridiculous degree, like, because we have such a massive arsenal and massive amount of people and a lot of people who are gun-ho and crazy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, a lot of Americans don't want to do that again. They don't want to get thrown into that mix again. It's like you know, Rockefeller was saying, like, he's around a bunch of people who are like, you know, like he's seeing trucks go out and whatever. It's like, even out here in California, dude, I got fucking 20, 30 some odd friends that went into the military, and it's like every time they came back, and it's like some of them were snipers and shit, and they just came back different. They came back all fucked up from going to Afghanistan. And it's like, yeah, it's fucking hard to see. I would rather not see any of that ever again. Just seeing that from friends and family and whatever. These people just come back fucked up, and they're just like, it's, you do not want to see that. I do not advocate for war. I'm not for that at all.
Yeah, of
And
course.
now that these nuclear facilities, whatever they were, these three that everybody knew about and are supposed to be the biggest threat to the world, that could have been, we need to have some kind of diplomatic talk. I couldn't tell you the fucking name of who the fucking dude in Iran is supposed to be. I know the Israel dude is Netanyahu because he can't stop putting his fucking face on every goddamn television fucking he gets in front of. But I couldn't tell you who the fucking Iran guy is. Nate probably, I mean, Abe probably fucking can, but I have no idea. Who the fuck do we talk to? Okay, there you go. So it's like, you gotta, now that you're,
if you listen to DJ Cobra, it's Netflix Yahoo. No, like,
basically,
when he said that, I thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Getting paid how much money to be in front of the fucking TV, every fucking camera he can. That's about right. That's all he ever fucking. And so it's like he wants to be a global star. You know, he's a fucking not. What's the dude from fucking the yellow and blue flag? I can't even think of it right now because we stand with fucking
from Ukraine.
Yeah, Ukraine.
Oh,
you know,
Zelensky.
He's like that fucking guy. He wants to be on every fucking Vanity Fair cover he can. You know what I mean?
Zelensky was like he was an old school like pop singer, dance star. Fucking.
They want to be famous.
He was a comedian. Yeah.
They don't do it because they love their country, a great countryman, and they give a fuck about family and like that. I want to be famous. I want to wear the exact same stupid green sweater to the White House and be like, well, why are you wearing a green sweater like you're in a fucking war right now?
What's interesting about Zelensky as well is that the whole reason behind him running to begin with, as a comedian, was that it was known that Ukraine was so corrupt. He thought it would be the biggest joke that a comedian might win. And he did.
So that's like a law-abiding citizen we watched the other night. You remember
Russia and Ukraine is out there just
kitchen heat. Like, really? Like, holy shit, yeah. That's what it takes.
Russia and Ukraine is just out there just thinking like, you know,
bam, bam! What the fuck just happened?
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry, lads, you're out of the fucking news cycle. You're not interested anymore.
I wanted to showcase some of my funny new clips.
For not knowing,
I wonder how many dickheads are going to have Iranian flags in replacing the Ukrainian ones in their bios now.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Abe? Now it's going to be this most political fucking garbage. Or no, yeah, you got to have Iranian flag, you know, because if you don't have an Iranian flag, you stand for Trump, and you're a piece of shit MAGA motherfucker. You know what I mean? So you better have an Iranian flag or a black square with a white background in your bio as your profile today, or you love America, which means you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So that's where we're going with this. It's like, come on, god damn it. We were almost unified as a country. Trump, oh, we don't like Trump, but he's doing a good job. Now when you do this, yeah, maybe.
This overall was like, and I can admit this too, which is fine. It's like it's a massive bad political play by Trump, as like one of the main things he ran on was possibly no new wars. Now, don't get me wrong, we also kind of covered this earlier. What just happened doesn't mean that a war is going to happen.
No,
that doesn't mean a war is going to happen. So the next 2 weeks will be the deciding factor.
If you punch me in my face, doesn't mean we're going to in a fight. Just because you come up, run up and say, "What's up?" You piece of. That doesn't mean we're going to get in a fight, right?
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
But that's the catalyst to initiate, most likely, some kind of confrontation for retaliation. Confrontation. It's the match right next to the fucking bottle of gas. It doesn't need to be there, you know? And so I'm like, if there was already the match was already right next to the bottle of gasoline, why did we bring another match over there, America? We didn't have to. There was already one sitting right next to it. I'm not saying, we wouldn't stop it if it got out of hand and, helped out, but it wasn't getting out of hand, was it? I mean, all I see is fucking videos of just Iran might have shot 1 or 2 missiles over at fucking, and then 30 fucking anti-air defense missiles getting fucking taking them all out. And then, it's like, all we hear about is casualties of 600 people in Iran died last week. It's like, holy shit. But I thought they were attacking fucking Israel. They just lost so much fucking, they lost over 500 people.
I'm getting called out in chat.
That's the question though, right? It was like, so what do we actually know? So like the American people, what do we actually know compared to what the intelligence agencies actually know? Like that's what it really comes down to. And what are they willing to tell us? Obviously, they're not going to fucking tell us everything. Even with the way that Trump has been running things, where he seems the most open, but he's still probably hiding 90% of stuff. So the other presidents and stuff were hiding 99%. Just because he's not hiding 4% of stuff. Like it was like, oh, you're the most open, but it's like, dude, they gotta hide everything. So do they actually know a little bit more than we do? I'm gonna assume yes. Like I would assume, I don't know, random FBI agents know more about like I don't know, my phone than even I do. If I was doing some sketchy shit or whatever, like I just assume that naturally. Now, when it comes to intelligence towards other countries, they have like, if they don't know more than the regular American person, then I feel that's a failure on your intelligence community. There's dudes online who are just like, they can find out where you live based on like the grass that you're living next to. Have you seen those people? Those
I hate that shit. Somebody
So
take a
it's
picture
like,
and be like,
there's a
"This picture was
motherfucker
taken
out
here
there
in the
that can
field
do
of
that,
rehabilitation."
and he doesn't work for the FBI or CIA. There's people out there who do work for those companies or like those agencies who are like,
Yeah,
yeah,
watch.
we
It
got
says
you.
9 a.m.
So it's
and
bullshit.
the sunlight is hitting
Yeah.
a this direction from the east, setting leaving a shadow. It'll only do it at this
What's
direction.
good
Like,
with
what the
that
fuck?
mod says, hey, Angel, you want mod? All right, hold on. Let me pull up YouTube. Let me pull up YouTube. I got you, brother. I got you.
While you do that, I'll play this. All right, this is my boy coming out and talking about what he did last night, which I'm kind of upset with, but oh well. This is what we get. Can y'all hear it?
No.
Can I hear anything? I can't hear shit.
Nope.
Oh, that's fine.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Angel, send a message. Let
The
me see
U.S.
that blue.
military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan.
Esfahan.
Everybody
Fordow.
heard those names
There
for
you go, man.
years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided
Didn't he kill Soleimani?
Yep.
a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades.
And liberals are going to dox those pilots' addresses in about 12 minutes from now. So you'll know the houses they live on, their family members, and their kids where they go to school. Like, what the fuck was that? You know,
Yeah,
that's how liberals are. And that's what they do.
Like, I can go ahead and say that I don't like that he fucking gave a shout out to fucking Netflix Yahoo there or whatever.
Yeah, I don't exactly.
But,
you know what I mean?
I don't like that at all. Like that stuff. Like, look, I can remain skeptical while at the same time understanding what happened. But at this, you know, there are things here where I'm like, you know, it doesn't look great, and I get it. I get it. That's fine. That's fine.
Look at the two on the right. They're looking all straight like, fuck, I don't even know if we should have done this. Look at JD Vance like, fuck yeah, I'm going to be president next, bitch.
He always looks at him in such a way, doesn't he?
He's
like he actually
what
loves
did we
him.
do? My God. JD Vance like, fuck yeah, this dude's awesome. I'm going to be president.
I'm surprised there aren't memes out there like, oh, I wish I had somebody that looks at me the way that JD Vance looks at Trump.
I got to screenshot that photo. That's an awesome fucking shot. I want to be you, bro. Get the fucking picture of that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, perfect. Right. Right.
Maybe he's like, holy shit, he pronounced all the names right.
Man, I fucking love this guy. His fucking face.
Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days.
That doesn't sound very peaceful, does it? There will be peace, Abe, or there's gonna be far worse fucking shit than we've seen in the past 8 days. You hear me? Hey, whoa!
It's
It's a peace.
it's actually it's a negotiating tactic. This is what's known as power projection, right? So if we just look in the chat here, I got called out.
It's peace through power, right?
Cash Kid, when's the last time you fought, Abe? It's been a long time since I've had a fist fight with someone.
Yeah.
You know why? Because now I'm quite a big bloke. And when people look at me, they know it's a real bad idea to piss me off.
But not only that,
that's
you should
power
be able
projection.
to be diplomatic.
I don't need to fight. That's what the United States is.
Yeah.
These chuckle fucks have been pissing about in international politics, saying death to America and all of this bullshit for decades. Now they're getting checked.
You're right.
Now, someone else put earlier in the chat as well about there being no casualties, right?
Before you go further than that, I want to say something. Death to America. That's free speech in a nutshell. You can say anything you want. You want to say death to America? Fine. But free speech also means deal with the consequences.
Yes.
And that's keep going, Abe. That's what I'm judging. Abe is exactly right.
You can say and or do kind of whatever you want here, but
the N-word. Nobody stop you from saying the N-word or the F word and Call of Duty. Go ahead and
but don't expect that there'll be consequences for your fucking actions.
Freedom of speech. Anything you want. You can.
There's only like one thing you can't say in America, and I'm not going to say it here on the stream. But let's just say it's unaliving a president. Like if you say that out loud or whatever, and people report you for it, like that's kind of the one. That's like the one fucking thing. And it doesn't matter what the president is. Doesn't matter if it's Trump. Doesn't matter if it was Biden. You can even say it to an ex-president. Anybody who has Secret Service on them in general, you cannot say that. Like that is the kind of the one thing. Other than that, you kind of have like free reign to say whatever the fuck you want, but whoever you're saying around, you're you might suffer the consequences on whoever the fuck you're around, and you're gonna have to live with that.
When it comes to civil society, I'd rather say "Good morning, sir, ma'am," instead of "F you, a-hole, bitch." Would you? Which society would you rather live in? When you go out in the morning, somebody greeting you as a polite sir, mistress, ma'am, whatever, while I'm drinking my coffee.
Hey, Rock,
just
walking by you while you're out there sipping your coffee. Hey, man, how's it going, dude? You haven't, hey, man, hope your coffee's good. Or be like, man, fuck you. I hope that coffee tastes like shit, you fucking wigger. It's like,
whatever I want.
Why do you have to drop the hard W on that one? And you're like, what?
That's right. So let's give a shout out to Plonk in the chat there. He does mention threatening people is not covered under free speech. Well, yes, that's correct. And that is the kind of thing that should have a consequence.
Threatening physical violence and harm against
threatening to kill someone should have a consequence. But what have the Iranians been doing?
But saying something like, again,
threats are not free speech until you in like a public
the other day.
No, there's a way to do it in a public forum to where it's like, but you have to word it right. Like you have to be good with your wording, because like that's what it used to be. Is like it used to be like public forums, which was like the town. It was like the town square, right? So you'd go to the town square and you could speak your grievances, and you'd be like, that guy did me wrong, and for that, I think he should be walked around on a noose while like all his goats walk him around in a circle, and everyone give him spankings or some bullshit, whatever the fuck their old school stupid fucking punishments were or whatever. But it's like, if you sat there and been like, that motherfucker needs to die, you'd be like, what? Or no, not actually. You could actually sit there and say that person needs to die. But if you sit there and say, I'm going to kill that motherfucker, that's a threat.
Yeah, it's very different.
It's a difference between it's a difference between I and the generalization.
That's like cussing. I effing cuss a effing lot. I'm always effing cussing and effing this and effing that.
Yeah,
there's a big difference.
Everybody does. Anybody in America does. Yeah.
Now, like if you're talking to somebody, people say, "Don't cuss at me." I'm not cussing at you. I'm just cussing.
Hold on. Cash Kid, how do you
We
even kill
F
America?
you.
Come on, using that to justify bombing Iran. Tisk, Gabe. Do you know what could do that? Nuclear weapons, dickhead.
Yeah. You think you can't kill America? Everything. Oh, no. You can kill America. We aren't that big. I mean, 9/11
doesn't
taught
take
us that.
much.
Took as simple as a plane. You know, I mean, we're
pretty
big. Don't get me wrong,
It's
but
just a matter of where you hit. Like there's
yeah,
you could probably it would
Civil
probably
War
take,
can take care of America. You don't need a
depending
bomb.
on the size of the nukes, like you would have to probably drop 3
Yes,
to
it will,
4 really precise ones in really precise areas that would
That's all it
destroy
takes.
all of our crops and destroy our power structure, and like I mean power grid structure and stuff like that. There's a lot of places that could maybe survive, but it'd be on the outskirts. And you could absolutely do that. And that's why stuff like that is such a big threat, because nuclear anything is so crazy. And even as much as you think you might know how big the blast radius and the fallout might be, well, we might have crazier winds out here. We might have different this, and it could blow across other states and whatever. Like we have stuff out here that does like 120-mile-per-hour winds every now and then. You know, it's like I don't know how that is across the rest of the world, but it's like it's probably not like that, like in a lot of places. But stuff like
bear
that,
in mind,
all of a sudden,
the modern kind of weapons we're talking about are nothing like the atomic bombs that were dropped on, you know,
they're even
Nagasaki
crazier.
and Hiroshima. They are like hundreds of times more powerful.
Yeah. If you didn't think what they did,
3 to 4 of those dropped on the American continent, the whole continent is fucked. All of it, not just one country.
If you didn't think that like what America did 70, 80, 90 years ago, give or take, like 80 years ago, that they didn't see that and they're like, we can make it bigger. Have you seen America? Yeah. Like, do you know what America is about? It's all about making things bigger. And you don't think that we have something that can like literally probably decimate a continent? That's just stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that's the dumbest that would be the dumbest thing you could think. And that's why we can go around with our big ass stick and just tell other people what to do. Like that's literally what it is. It's like, check it out. Oh, you want to fuck around? Cool. We'll blow up, I don't know, half your continent because we got a couple of those extra. Oh, you want to blow up half the world? I mean, obviously nobody should and or would do that because there's obviously a ton of resources, whatever. That's why stuff is in check and whatever. It's because resources, like even though like Rock was saying, I don't agree with him about the oil thing, but there could be some other type of resources there that is valuable to America. I don't think it's oil, but that could be a different one, you know. Same difference though. He's not wrong. There is something there that is valuable and you need to protect it. So there you go.
So Cash Kid here says Russia's got nukes, China's got nukes, South Korea, etc. Why sweating Iran? You should sweat everybody who's got nukes. Everyone.
Well, because Iran, like I was saying earlier, that's the kid in the fucking the playground that everybody hates. What is that kid gonna do when all of a sudden he gets power? What if the kid in the playground all of a sudden gets a machine gun and everybody else just has pistols?
They need to be diplomatic.
Yeah,
they need to be diplomatic if you have that. And so China,
so you need to negotiate.
We know the person. We know the head of China, right?
From that kid.
We know the head of South Korea. We know the head of fucking. Did you say Russia? We know those. Like I was just telling Abe, I didn't know the head of fucking Iran, which means this guy isn't talking very much. He's not being negotiated. If you have these weapons, it's fine. We just need to know that, hey, just like when I get my 9mm, you know, I didn't have to go to North Carolina, this sheriff's office, and say, hey, I want a pistol permit. I could have just bought one illegally. But when I get pulled over and they run my name now, guess what? Oh, this gentleman has a pistol. He is a handgun owner. So maybe I don't. You have your. I don't.
Maybe he has it on him.
It's already written in his car. They act differently instead of just showing up and be like, "Oh my God, there's a fucking gun right there! Hands up! Is that a loop?" You do things by the book, you get treated by the book. You go against the book, you're gonna get treated probably in a different way. So when you do things like this and you have something that's a weapon, you understand that. And for me to say I'm compliant. First you comply, and then you complain. If I'm like, hey, I'm feeling like a fucking bully because you know what, I'm the smallest kid in the totem pole. That's one thing. But to hide it, to try to cover it up, that means you have some nefarious purpose. And so if you want to go for it, which I don't know if that's what they're doing, I'm just getting at you. It's a big power. You
gotta treat them with a different type of
Yes.
like different type of gloves. You know, you don't get to treat them like an everyday, like your next door neighbor.
What nukes
right?
can do to the planet?
If your next door
bad for
neighbor was
humanity.
always strapped to the nines
Not
and
just
like
for a
the guy's
country.
carrying a sidearm and a fucking assault rifle on his back every day, you're probably gonna treat him a little bit differently. You're gonna be like, oh shit, like
what nuclear weapons
I'd
can
be
do
like,
to
hey
the
man,
planet
can
are
you
completely different than what it can do
can you not
a
run your
country's
lawnmower at
strong
9 in the
arm.
morning? And he's gonna be like, you want to say that again? And you're gonna be like, never mind. You know, like there's gonna be
That's why he didn't-
different kind. There's gonna be a different dynamic that goes on when you know what's actually happening.
Yeah, that's why we're not using nukes. We're not using nukes we're just using bunker busters, which are basically
nukes are like for one.
These are
I don't
rumbles.
think any
destroy
country actually
buildings.
wants to use nukes, especially after obviously what happened when we did. And they realized like the disaster and fallout and everything that comes about it. But the threat of that is, I mean, the obvious threat of everything is like when like say World War III were to happen, but every fucking country went to war. It's a massive nuclear fallout, and you're gonna end up with like a game looking like fucking Fallout, where everything is decimated because there's so many countries out there that have enough nuclear power or firepower to destroy the world. You know, so
yeah, literally physically as well, like to actually shatter the earth.
The more and more people who have that, who can possibly get pissed off and just fly off like a fucking scorned ex-girlfriend, the better the chances. So you want them in the power of like, I mean, for one, I would actually argue you don't want that power in anybody's hands, but that's not where we're at. There's plenty of places that have them, and they're like they're the superpowers of the world. You know, they're the massive countries and stuff. So when little countries get access to shit like that, and they're like, "Fuck you, you gave us a bad deal," and all of a sudden they get pissed, and somebody just hits that red button and just starts blowing shit up. Well, now they got to respond because now we're a part of this union, and we're a part of this, and the U.S. is a part of the UN, and the fallout blew into that country, and now we got to respond here, and all of a sudden the world's gone. You know, like that's what everyone's afraid of. It's the cascading effect. Exactly. It's that little fucking pin drop that just all of a sudden cascades into a domino effect that destroys the fucking world. And when you have an unstable fucking country that is just hostile towards everyone all the fucking time, you do not want them to have access to something that can destroy the fucking world. That is, I think absolutely. That's a reasonable fucking thing to be like, no, stop it. Like,
hey, Grok, what's a bunker buster? He's bunker busters to bust a bunker. The type of munition designed to penetrate hardened or deeply buried targets, such as underground bunkers. Yeah, right. These weapons are typically bombs or missiles engineered with a strong, narrow casing and a delayed fuse, allowing them to burrow through earth, concrete, or steel before detonating. They're used to destroy military installations, storage facilities, or leadership hideouts protected by thick layers of material. Do I like bunker busters, bro?
1,000-pound bomb. Jesus
fucking
Christ.
A. Look at that shit. Examples include the US GBU-28, 5,000-pound laser-guided bomb, and the massive ordnance penetrator, a 30,000-pound bomb. The massive ordnance penetrator. Oh, yeah, baby. Their effectiveness depends on precision guidance. Hey, I did a precision airstrike last night. And the ability to withstand impact stresses. Some are conventional, while others historically have been nuclear. Hey, Call of Duty, you need to fucking fix your damn airstrikes. I want the bunker busters to actually work. They don't do shit. I sent a bunker buster on that dude Tech yesterday on Plunder, and he was standing right there. Didn't even fucking, I'm like, really?
Nice.
Fix your fucking bunker buster. Their effectiveness depends on precision guidance and the ability to withstand impact stresses. Some are conventional, while others historically have been nuclear. They're a niche but critical tool in modern warfare for targeting fortified enemy positions. Damn right they are. Damn right they are. For modern warfare. Hashtag Warzone. Let's fucking go.
I might turn that into a song. That's kind of catchy. Fix your fucking bunker busters.
They were doing the recon contracts. That's what you say. That's why Israel's so important. They get them recon. They know that they help America know what the final circle is going to be. I got you, Angel. We need to protect them at all costs.
What's your favorite style of music, Rock?
Favorite style of music, man. I'm a music man. I've been doing music since I played the clarinet when I was in fourth grade.
What's your favorite style, though?
I know, but it's hard because what I listen to the most is probably classic rock, or maybe classic rock.
Okay.
So maybe like 80s classic rock. This shit always make my crazy YouTube stories.
I'm just using it as a part of a prompt.
Classic rock, 80s classic rock. We need Superman and a giant net. Well, see, Superman wouldn't be for this. See, Superman's not American. He wouldn't protect us. He'd protect humans. He'd protect Iranians too.
All right, since we've already obviously delved pretty
my
damn
first concert
deep.
ever. I love AC/DC.
Oh shit!
My first fucking concert. My older brother, rest in heaven, rest in peace, took me to a fucking AC/DC concert. I saw Angus Young come out of the fucking ceiling on a fucking wire.
Yeah,
I'm playing guitar the whole way. They're going fire, boom. We had fucking cannons shooting these big ass shit out with smoke.
Well, guys. Well, we've been going off about politics for a while. Does anybody want to say anything else about it? Do you guys want to talk about anything else, or you guys possibly want to jump onto some video games, or what's up?
I guess you're done for the day, huh? That sounds good, man.
Well, no. Well, I mean, as far as politics, like I
know.
I'm not a huge fan of politics, and like when I delve into it, I'm just like,
no more. Look, hey, about Bon Jovi. What are we talking about?
Hey, you know what? Check it out. Look, we got 7 people in the chat. Is there anybody in the chat that wants to jump on and speak your piece? Like, if you got a microphone, whatever. Like, Angel, you want to jump on? Cash Kid. Hey, look, Cash Kid. I saw you mention like, hey, how can I get a moderator thing? If you jump onto the stream and we get to know you a little bit better, and if everybody around us likes you and whatever, I will happily give you a mod eventually. It's not going to be your first time on here, whatever. Like you'll get vetted, but if you want to jump on,
I'll play some Call of Duty, bro.
Like that's a way to do it. Angel says I'll jump on if you want me to. Later, phone dying now. I'll be back. Hey, Cash Kid, look, you asked. That's the way to do it. Like that's how Angel got on here. That's how actually basically everyone that I talked to has been on here, is because I started just being solo, doing whatever, and then I just started inviting people on. The people that I ended up vibing with, or people that wanted to keep coming back on, is the way that we all started talking. It's like, hey man, I get along with you. Don't get me wrong, I get along with everybody in the chat in general, but if you're willing to jump on and talk with a microphone, you don't even need you don't even need a camera. Look, like Rockefeller's not even on his camera right now. He's never on his camera, even though we've seen his lovely face, his Zordon face. It's great, but like,
we'll have to make Plonk a mod too if that's the case. No, you stay right there, Plonk. Don't you go nowhere. Hi, Plonk.
He gets a mod, but Plonk, you want a mod?
You get a mod, and you get a mod, and you get a mod, and we all get mods. Just look under your seats.
Look. So let me also throw this out there to anybody that's a mod. Look, I don't care if anybody insults me, talks shit. The only thing that I have anything against is spamming. If you see somebody ever spamming in my chat, like just constantly saying the same shit over and over, I mean, most of the time, if people are saying something super offensive, like the AI bots kind of just take them out naturally. So that's not a big deal. But as long as nobody's spamming, I don't care. Like they can sit there and call me all the names in the book. They can call Rockefeller, they can call Abe, they can call any of my guests.
No, they
And
can't.
they can do whatever. That's how that's how I'm about it. But if all of a sudden you start seeing like there used to be all those like sex spam bots and all those weird shit that
I
used
haven't
to
seen
pop
that in
up and
years.
stuff.
Probably 2 years now. It's been at least 2
Yeah,
years.
yeah. No, they finally got rid of that. So like that stuff's pretty gone. But you know what? Here you go, Plonk. Let's go ahead. There you go, Plonk.
Yeah, no.
See,
People
like,
people are open to have
even when I finally
get
get monetized, I'm just gonna have like fucking just a blue chat. My whole chat's gonna be blue. No one's actually gonna be paying me shit. Like,
Yeah, it's what we do over on
discussion, yeah.
Tombies as well. Like, if you trust somebody, you just basically mod them automatically.
dude, I mean, the
It's
people
just
that have
it's
been
like a
rocking me
perpetual
through-
shield wall.
If people are just rocking me the whole time, I'm like, dude, I'd rather have people that actually rock with the content I'm talking about and want to be here and actually stick around for whatever we're talking about all the time. I prefer that over your like $2 or $3 a month, you know, and then or whatever. Mod gang, there you go. Yeah.
Hey man, all
There you
good
go.
here. Everybody hang out. We got a good time. It's just like a little league baseball game. We compete again for our own teams and and our own fucking homies. But at the end of the day, we shake hands and say, "Good game, man." There's nobody here is
And then we all shower together.
and we all
You know
shout
what?
together. Maybe get a reach around once or twice.
Look, Rafa's here. Rafa's been here
Hey.
longer than most people.
Ralph,
Check
we about
it
to play
out,
some Call of
Rafa.
Duty, bro.
Check it out. Hey, Rafa, go ahead and send
I
another
made a
message.
song for you, Rock.
You made a song for me?
Yeah, if you check the private chat.
Rafa, send
Yeah.
another message, man.
Throw it up.
Just say hi.
Sign in, upgrade to pro, fix your bunker busters.
That's the one.
Let me play it. See if I-
And you can play it as well because it's original.
All right. Like it.
Check it out. Rafa Balde is also blue.
I don't
Rafa
wanna
Balde
say
has been here since I can remember, man. Like since I very first started.
Present.
How has he not been blue this whole time? Rafa Balde, welcome to moderator status. Angel's asking, hey, are you guys playing
Yes.
Call of Duty or staying
We're
on for a
about to
while?
right
I
now.
think we're gonna end here.
Yep.
Look at
And
that
play some
wrench.
COD.
That's what's up, man. Now, you know what's funny is all it took was somebody to ask, and I was like, I literally just forget because
Oh, look at that.
Because-
Wrench gang.
so
help. So we know
so
everybody
yeah,
ever jumps
Angel,
in,
are you guys playing Call
Call
of Duty or staying on for a while? Well, I'm going to make a quick run to the store, go grab a couple drinks, and I'll be back in about 15 or so minutes.
Cool. So maybe
play-
like 10
I'll play
o'clock.
my-
I'll go on, East Coast. I'll go on in about 15 minutes. I'll sit there and talk until he gets back in the chat. How about that, y'all?
Yeah,
Angel,
yeah.
If you want to jump on, I'll
Yeah,
be in the chat.
We
in a
can
minute.
touche the tish.
We can tush your chish.
I'm going to the store and I'll
GG.
hop on. Cool, man. Like, depending on it, like, it'll take me less than 15, 20 minutes. Well, I'm going to play it. I'm going to sit here till my outro
get
song
Abe
is
on there
done,
now.
which is about 4 minutes. And then I'm going to go 5 minutes. It'll be 15, 20 minutes. Let's go with 20 minutes.
Abe, download Call of Duty. We're trying to get 50 people to have a private match, sometimes. So we need everybody we can, even if you can't play.
Yeah,
oh
if we
well.
can get up to 50
What's
people,
up?
and
I'm Abe.
even if everybody just pitches $1, you could just like split it up in a way. But if everybody pitches
Dollar
$5,
buy-in.
we can do a crazy
50
crazy
people.
one.
We can probably get
Yeah.
fucking people to win like $25 if you win first place. We just play a whole bunch of games, have a good time. So we got this, bro.
For sure. Angels down. Okay, cool. So in about let's say 30 minutes. Let's go with an even 30 minutes because that'll make it 7:15 on my end, 10:15 on Rockefeller's end. Abe will be, what is that, 7 hours later? 6:15, is that right? I don't know if Abe's gonna play. Abe's probably not gonna play, but if you're on
Probably not,
UK
no.
time, it'll be about 6:15, give or take. I may play on the
We're gonna play
PS5 today.
Warzone.
Okay.
instead
Dude, we
of
had
doing
five.
an
It was
actual
either
war
5
Trump.
wins or it was 6 wins in a row. It was either 5 or 6 wins in a row earlier. So
Somebody
on.
needs to give Trump a PlayStation 5 and say, play Warzone, bro. Here, airstrike this, bro. All right, stop
Rafa
airstriking.
Balde says we'll be there. Rafa
on,
Balde, always great to see you,
Good
man.
question.
I felt so bad. Now that somebody mentioned it earlier, I was like, dude, I should just start making more and more people moderators. Like the people who are here early. Hopefully, if my channel blows up, it's like these motherfuckers are here first, and they're like, they're the ride or die. They're the people who actually stick around, watch the even the smaller streams, the kind of whatever talks, whether it's political. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really prefer to stay away from political stuff. It's so divided, and I don't even like it. Like, but it's the main topic of conversation lately, and if I go look at news and I go look around everywhere, this is the only freaking thing out there, and I'm like, I can't find like the nuggets in between where it's like, oh, let's talk about Ironheart coming out next week. Nobody gives a shit. Like literally, nobody cares.
I
Who the
do.
fuck wants to talk
I
about
care.
it? Nobody cares.
I want to watch Ironheart.
I'll be there with my 90 and pimple cream on. All right. Yeah, that's a pause. That's a massive pause. Sergeant says morning Rafa Balde. That's right. Yeah, on his end that'll be now that I think on his end that might be actually more close to nighttime. He's in Portugal, right? So what is that? Shit. What's the hour? Rafa Balde, what's the hour difference between West Coast and Portugal? I've probably asked you
I think
tons
it was
of times.
5 hours ahead of me. So it's
I think
thought it was
Portugal's on the
7.
same time as the UK.
1:45.
So I think you're 7 hours ahead, though.
I think it's almost 2:00 for him. I think it's almost 2. Oh, it's 2:45.
2:46. So
Yeah, it's the same
that's
as the
about
UK.
8. That's about 8 hours.
5 hours.
No, that's for me. For me, it's about 8 hours.
5. Plonk's 1. Rafa's 5. I was like, I always forget, like, because that area is just like fucking Kerpa. I think Kerpa's 6 or is he 5?
Yeah, no. He's 8 hours ahead. He's like a full workday ahead of my hours. Yeah.
Kerpa's
Yeah,
6.
8 hours ahead over there in Portugal. But right on, guys. Hey, look, if you want to come back, you can either check my channel out in about 30 minutes, and you can catch me live. We'll be playing some Call of Duty Warfare, or you can go check out Rockefeller Plaza. I believe
Warzone, man.
Yeah, Warzone. It's Call of Duty. I got them mixed up. So we'll be playing Call of Duty Warzone. On my channel, or you can check out Rockefeller Plaza 2 is your gaming channel, right? Or is this your gaming channel?
Rockefeller Plaza is this is my gaming channel, my normal channel.
Okay,
right here.
so Rockefeller Plaza, you can just check out that. You can go like Rockefeller can put his own name into the chat there, and you could either look at mine, or if you're on a computer, pull up both of them. You can watch us both at the same time. There you go. Give us both of you. That'd be much appreciated. Also, Abe, what do you got coming up, man?
Not entirely sure. I don't think I've got anything on today, but could be wrong. But otherwise, team play Tuesday, hump day chinwag, team play Thursday, then rocks on Friday. Possibly, if his internet is working again, I'll be on Samuel the Infamous's channel, then Beelzebub, then
All right.
Anime
If
After
you guys have
Dark
not
on
been following
Saturday,
Abe, go check out.
yeah,
Abe.
just check my Twitter because I usually retweet whenever I'm.
Go ahead and tell
I'm just
him your
everywhere.
Twitter. Go ahead and tell him your Twitter. Go ahead, because Abe's all over.
Abe's gonna get you. Yeah.
Abe's gonna get you on basically every platform
Everything.
out there.
Yeah.
Like he's all over the place, and he's gonna get you, and he's awesome. He's a great follow. He's also a great either guest and or sometimes co-host on some of our channels. Like he's obviously from the UK, has a different kind of perspective. He's great. Fucking awesome. Go follow this dude. We're trying to get him to the most amount of subscribers without ever having a video out there. but we're also trying to convince him into making a video because come on, listen to this dude. He's fucking knowledgeable and a bunch of stuff. He needs videos, and he's a fucking like movie editor and stuff. He could do it better than I can. My shit sucks, and people still watch me. What the hell would happen if this guy did it? It would be a disaster. I'd have all of 0 viewers, but. Anyways, so thank you for Abe for jumping on. Also, Rockefeller, what do you got coming up, man? Other than obviously our Call of Duty stream coming up here in about 30 minutes. We're still going to go 30 minutes, even though it's been 5 minutes since I've been talking about it.
I'm going to be on DA's office tonight. Not Nightcap. What is it? The DA's office.
The DA's office. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be on DA's office this evening, whatever time that is. Hopefully we'll be talking about some Superman come up in the future. Maybe Fantastic Four, which I don't know if I'm hyped up about or something. You know, we're tipping out. There's something else we talk about too. I don't want to spoil it. And besides that, playing some video games, man. Playing Call of Duty. Probably going back to Elden Ring tomorrow.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And as far as it goes with me, obviously I will also be doing the Call of Duty stream here in about 30 minutes. But this week, early or later today, I will also be on the DA's office around 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 Eastern, which is the time that, for Rockefeller. And then next week, I believe I'm seeing 2 movies. The only movie that I'm recalling right now is F1, with Brad Pitt. You know, that one looks pretty crazy. Like, I don't know. Sometimes those racing movies really get me, man. Like that, just the adrenaline. Yeah. If they can do them right, because like Ferrari versus what was it? It was Ferrari versus.
I'm not even a moderator. Shit.
What the? You're not a moderator? Bullshit. You're a fucking moderator. You're like, it was Ferrari versus. What the fuck was that one called? Oh my god, why am I blanking on it? Anyways, it was another racing movie. I'll remember it sometime later. But that movie is really great. A bunch of racing movies, like even Gran Turismo is really good. And yeah, so I'm going to be watching that. No. Yeah, it was Ford versus Ferrari. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Ford versus Ferrari was a great movie that had Christian Bale and Matt Damon in it. There you go. Now it all clicked. It just took a couple screws loose. But yeah, that was awesome. Some racing movies are just fucking awesome, man. They're badass. And I'm not even into that. Like I did like downhill fucking single track mountain bike racing, and that was a whole different thing. But it's like that was intense. But watching those movies gets my adrenaline pumping. I love that shit. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll be doing a review on that. And thank you all for watching my review on 28 years later. Like, even if it was just for the couple first clips, because I thought they were funny. I'm glad other people enjoyed them as well. With that being said, catch us in about 30 minutes for some Call of Duty Warfare, and we will catch you on the next one. Enjoy the outro music. I still need to make a video for it, but peace out. You guys are awesome. Peace.
Whiskey lead a wandering soul to heaven's watering hole. I'll drink to forget a memory, but hell's got one more trick for me. I walked up, said, what's your favorite sin? She could have killed me with that smile. Said it's lost with the touch of rain. But I'm a glutton for love, so let's just dance. Next thing I know, we were burning up that dance floor. I didn't know what I was in for. Well, I might be an open sinner, but I know I'm no false saint. That wicked little angels got me praying for some faith. could only